Okay, let's get this thing going.
All
We're going
right.
to bring in our good friends right now, John Wooley and Niki Brazier from the Kettlebells and Cocktails podcast. How you two doing? Thanks so much for being here.
Oh gosh. So I'm so excited for this. I'm already feeling competitive about my picks. This is a big deal. This is a big deal.
Good. That's good to know. John, how are you, man?
I'm living the dream, just basking in the glory of that mustache that Tommy's sporting.
Oh man,
That thing is pretty good.
I'm jealous because I know you got a glass of
Yes.
reserve there for you that I wish I
Oh.
could be enjoying as well.
Well, that's because we've had I think we've been at multiple events together and have not seen each other at said events. And every time we're like, hey, we're going to have whiskey together. And every time we don't do it.
So virtually, we're making this happen.
Yes, I blink and it's Sunday and I'm like, where the hell is John at?
You did spend time with Fluffy Duck, though. I did catch that. My feelings were not hurt at all.
Well, actually, to be fair, and Josh was actually joking about this. He just latched onto me at the HWPO workout and put him through the ringer a little bit. But
Good. He has a way of latching onto people.
Say leeching on the people.
Oh man,
Yes.
You can say that because he's
Ooh,
not
I
here
love
to
it.
defend
I love
himself.
it. He also like totally pulled the switcheroo on me for an Instagram live. I think or an Instagram post,
Nice.
but
All right.
throwing some shots.
Let's get this thing started. So we are doing our affiliate life draft today. Let's start with the rules, Tommy. Let's
Okay.
just put out the categories we need to fill. I'll let you.
All right. So
honors.
affiliate life, this is, could also be called gym life, but we're affiliates. So, and there are 5 categories for affiliate life: the best person in the gym, or your favorite person in the gym, the worst person in the gym, the best feeling in the gym, or the worst feeling, and one miscellaneous pick. So for someone, like John, it does memes basically covering these 5 categories. I think this one's, right down the pipe. Perfect topic for him. So.
Yeah. I think once again though,
Yep.
we're stepping into the guests'
Forte.
wheelhouse.
And for anyone that's unsure about the format, listening at home again too, as well as our guests John and Niki. So it's going to be a snake draft style format. So we'll determine the order via coin flip, and then the order will go the first person, second, third, fourth, and then for the next round it'll go in reverse order. So it'll snake back around and go 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1 until we have our draft board filled with one of each from the categories. And as there's been some confusion in the past. Say if someone starts and picks the best person, you can still pick from whatever category you want. You don't have to follow that category for the full round. So
Cool.
some freedom there. And we are going to flip because we usually give our guests the choice of where they want to draft first. And since Niki is a recent new mother, she will get to call heads or tails on whether or not she or John gets to pick. So heads is the friend of the show coin side. Tails is our gold radio mic.
Ooh, okay.
You're going to call it in the air. I'm going to catch it and turn it over onto my hand. Ready?
Let's do it.
And go.
Hits. Friend of the show.
It's tails.
Oh.
So John, you get to pick where you want to go in the order.
Oh, it's a tough call. I listened to your episode with Matt and Sammy this morning. I was trying to determine what the best order was, and they didn't help any. It did not help. I'm going to go third.
Ooh, third.
Interesting pick.
Three
Okay.
spot. Okay. All right. Now,
Niki gets to choose.
You get to pick where you draft.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go fourth.
Fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she wants the
boy.
wraparound pick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's a bold strategy, Connor.
Yeah.
Am I calling this now?
You were calling it this
Okay.
time. Ready?
Yep. Heads.
It is heads.
I'm going first.
All right. You know what's funny? I typed out on my little draft card that I have here on my computer. I inadvertently just typed
Nailed
it out.
the order, huh?
Nailed the order. Yeah.
No.
Psychic. I love it.
Okay.
Did you also make a prediction on who would win?
Ooh, I did not. That's
I have an idea.
Mm.
I'm gonna keep it to myself. Okay, so here's how this is gonna work. We're gonna do 3 rounds. We'll do 3 rounds, and then at the end of our 3rd round, we'll do our Whoop podium. So we got to figure out what that's gonna be.
Yep.
And
I
then
think I got it already.
We will continue to do the draft after that. So I'm gonna kick things off. So we're officially underway.
Okay.
I'm on the clock. I got to start with, this is such a wide open draft.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a few things that I think people have circled as far as like gimmies in different categories.
Yeah.
So I got to start with the worst person.
Oh, no.
And I'm going with the rep cutter.
Oh,
of course you are.
That's a layup.
The rep cutter. And here's the thing. Usually everyone knows who the rep cutter is, except for the rep cutter.
Mm-hmm.
And the rep cutter thinks that he or she is getting away with it,
Yep.
but everybody knows. But no one calls the rep cutter out on the fact that he is or she is cutting reps. Okay.
Yep.
They wait until the open. And that's when it becomes really apparent, because the rep cutter cannot get away with that during the open because you were being judged. I worked out with an infamous rep cutter my earlier days of CrossFit. And I'll never forget, we did a workout that started with 50 air squats. Okay. And this person and I are relatively competitive, pretty much on the same level. So I said, okay, I'm just going to stay with this person. And I remember rep for rep, things are looking good. I'm feeling good. I'm like, okay, maybe he was a half ahead to me. And at 35,
oh no,
takes off on the run. I'm like, I can't even, come on.
That's a full order of magnitude short.
That's 15 short, just took off.
That's a round cutter. That's not even a rep.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to do my workout and do my thing and just, have some integrity. But the rep cutter is by far the worst person in the gym. So that's my first pick.
I think that's the 1-1 pick here for like, I would have taken that if you didn't.
Yeah.
That's like, I think universally, like that's the person that if tar and feathering were still a thing, like that's what would happen in the affiliate.
Yes.
I call that person out. Does that make me a total B?
No, I don't think
I should ask before.
I just think there's a right and a wrong way to do it. It depends who it is.
Right.
But if everybody knows.
So when I had go ahead.
I was going to say, because I've been coaching forever, I feel like as a coach, it's easier in that moment to be like, hey man, actually it was 50 reps. Did you misread the board? Hey,
as a coach, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done that. I've actually done that to the rep cutter.
Yeah. There's so when I had my affiliate and I was coaching regularly, there was a couple that I always knew that were going to be shy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're varying degrees. Now, 15 out of a set of 50 that is egregious.
Mm-hmm.
And, but they're usually, it's like 4 to 5, 6 reps here and there. And so what I would do is if I was like suspicious and I would count the rep for them in that scenario. Once they went to transition, I would just say their name and hold up the number that they owed.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So I'd just like throw up a 3, they'd be like, Sean, and you'd look, you see 4, and they'd have to do 4 more. I didn't say the number, it was like their silent punishment, not punishment per se, but like they knew.
Yeah.
So, and it eventually stopped.
Yeah.
So. Oh, it did?
It stopped.
You get your revenge on the rep cutter in the open though. That's when.
Yeah, you do.
Let's not discuss picks.
Yeah.
Not always.
You do.
They often get injured.
Often.
That's true.
That's very true. But the scenario where they like accidentally cut too many, like the 15 is a great example. And they're like, that person's out on the run being like, oh crap. Like everyone knows what just happened. Oh no.
That was noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tommy, you're up.
Okay. So that's how I would have taken that one. I'm going to go with my first pick from the best person, because I think out of the other areas, it is the one that isn't as deep, at least from what I could come up with. And this was one, as someone who coached the morning classes, I always appreciated.
Ooh.
And someone that at any point in time throughout the day, this was kind of like my way of, they knew how to, they could like sweet talk me. Like even if they showed up like a couple minutes late, it's the person that brings you coffee while you're coaching.
That's good.
Ooh.
So if that person shows up, like, when I was at CrossFit Salinas Valley, if that person showed up with a quad shot Americano or a venti red eye at the 6 a.m. class, hey, you know what? Stay on that rower to warm up a little bit longer. It's all right. I got you. Bringing coffee to a coach is like bringing an apple to a teacher. It just sweetens the pot that little bit much.
I like
Does
that.
it have to be your specific coffee order? Can it be any coffee?
For me, I think it can be just any coffee at that point. I prefer because I fluctuate too. Actually, now that I think about it, like my coffee of choice, like if I ordered at like Starbucks or whatever the local one would change from time to time, like what I felt like. So as long as they brought me something, it's the thought that counts.
Yes. So, all right. Now with that,
it's a pro move though. If you know the coach's order,
that's
got to know the coach's order.
True. That's next level. So that brings us now to John, your first pick.
Yeah. See, I'm going to stick with Sean's category of worst person in the gym, because I had rep shaver or rep cheater on my list, but that isn't the person I hate.
Oh,
the person I hate is the one that gives unsolicited advice and they're not your coach. I hate that guy.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Yep.
Oh, I hate that guy so much. Like, hey, John, have you ever thought of this? I'm like, hey, have you ever thought about shutting the fuck up? No. You're not my coach. I don't care if you, and they always have a level one. They always do. And I get it. Like, you spent $1,000, you spent your 48 hours and you got your little degree. I get it. Like, you're smarter than me. I know I squat bad. Just shut up. Let me squat bad.
Know who you are in the gym.
Yes.
That's the thing.
So
let the coach.
I will say on occasion, I will help out newbies.
If they ask.
Yeah. Well, you can see the look in someone's eyes, the deer in the headlights eyes when they're not sure. And if it's a big class, like they finish their fundamentals and they're going through, and like, usually I'll talk to the coach ahead of time. I'm like, hey, if you like, for example, this is a very specific example. I'm laying off of some overhead movements on my right-hand side. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to take this easy here. If you need me to look after a couple of the new people, I can help. I've been doing this for 13 years, like I can lend a hand here as like a shadow. And they're like, sure. And they appreciate it. But I usually clear it with the coach first.
Does this look like the face of someone who wants help? No.
No.
Yeah.
No. I would also like to say, I told myself I wasn't going to curse on your show, but then I listened to Brazier this morning. Like the first words out of his mouth were an F-bomb. I'm like, okay, we're good.
You got one.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll just put a warning up.
Yep.
There you go.
So John, I'm going to put unsolicited coach.
Perfect.
That's a good
worst person.
Perfect.
Right.
Yep.
And that brings us to Niki. So Niki, you have back-to-back picks now. You get to close out round one and begin round two.
Okay, so I am going to also start with best person at the gym, and I'm not 100% sure if this counts in this category. So if it doesn't, it'll just be my miscellaneous.
Okay.
You guys can be the judge and jury on this one. For best person at the gym, I wrote down gym dog. Now, the gym dog is not technically a person.
Because that was my miscellaneous pick.
Okay, so you tell me where it can go.
That's
miscellaneous.
miscellaneous.
I think it's miscellaneous.
Okay, it's
I had that down under miscellaneous too.
So I'm starting with miscellaneous.
I else under miscellaneous.
You just ripped Sean's heart out with the gym dog pick. That's great.
Sorry.
It's a
Very
great
good one. It's a very good pick.
It's the reason for the being at the gym, honestly. Truly.
John
Let's be real.
made no less than 400 memes about petting the gym dog.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a gym dog?
No, everyone loves the gym dog. That was going to be my next.
Everyone loves a gym
I have
dog.
skipped so many warm-ups petting gym dogs.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's the best.
It's a good pick. I got to respect that one.
Yeah.
Gym dog.
Yep.
Always.
Okay. So that's your miscellaneous. Now you get
That's
to
my
pick off round two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going I'll just stick with this trend of worst person at the gym.
Okay.
We'll fill out this category well to begin. My worst person at the gym is that one person who has never ever washed their knee sleeves.
Oh, stinky sleeves person.
The personal hygiene, it matters. It matters. And if you're stuck like post-WOD in the car with that person going to brunch and their sleeves are off, but they still smell like they're on, like you got a problem.
Yep.
You got a problem.
Oh,
Man.
I was trying to think of a way to word that. And when I was typing my notes, and I literally just put like a person who has stinky knee sleeves.
Just the stinky person.
Man, I wear when I get home I wear them playing hockey too. They are right in the wash. Like there is no they sit anywhere. They're ugh.
Sean, why does a hockey bag smell worse than any other sporting bag ever?
Yeah,
Why?
because those things, the pads absorb moisture, And then they get your sweat in them, and then to transport it, you keep them in an enclosed bag, so it gets like that mildewy smell.
Mhm.
It's really bad.
Cross bags can be similar.
Yeah, I do. I do wash it, and it does still stink. So
that's a lot. That's a lot.
You gotta like, I used to have to like make this like baking soda paste to get
bad.
like my lacrosse gloves.
It's really bad. Okay, so I try my best, but yeah, there's just just a nominal level of stink that will always be part of that. Okay, now to John for his second pick.
All right, worst feeling in the gym.
Ooh. I think
when you walk in the door. Yeah, when you walk in the door and all the assault bikes are pulled out and lined up. Oh, I hate that.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good
I
one.
hate it. It's even worse if you didn't know it was going to happen. If you didn't look at, that's like, because you can't even leave. Like, I mean, you can. Like, I always keep my keys in my pocket, so when we're running 400, I can just run out to my car and just take off. But they don't respect that. It's the worst.
I think this is the most on brand pick, I think, for John, the assault bike day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have so many things I hate about the assault bike. So many.
But existing is at the top of the list.
Yeah, it's just being there is part of it.
Especially when you're like, man, I think I'm going to stay home today and skip, and you don't check. You're like, I need a rest day. Like, I'm going to go, and then blammo, assault bikes.
You don't understand. Like, the assault bike has scarred me. I feel like PTSD when it comes to the assault bike. The first time I really rode one was at CrossFit Mentality with Scott Panchak. And I went into this workout and I made the rookiest of all mistakes. I'm like, I'm going to impress this guy. Right. and the workout was, if I remember it right, it was like 3 rounds and you had to do 20 cals on the bike. And then you're doing 10 power cleans at 135, which, it's a pretty moderate weight for a lot of people, right? Including me. So I'm like, I'm going to impress him. So I get on it and I destroy the 20 cals. And I mean, I'm pretty decent on the bike. So I killed it. I swagger over to the bar like I just cured cancer, and I missed the first clean.
Oh.
And I turn and look at Scott like, what just happened? And he's just like shaking his head and laughing his ass off like he knew it was coming. And ever since then, I've never forgiven the bike. It's all the bike's fault.
See, I'm kind of in the minority. I like it because I'm good at it. I'm a big guy.
I'm trying to make friends.
Right, because you're a powerful athlete.
I think it's a great way to help.
I've like reframed it in my mind as this is where I punish all the little ninjas. all the gym squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
I just
there you go.
Crush them.
You can crank that thing.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. All right. So now we are to Tommy with his second pick.
Oof.
I'm still upset that Gym Dog is off the board.
No.
Yeah. I saw your soul leave your body.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with I am gonna go with my worst person. Just because I want to see where everybody goes with the other categories. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the chalk monster.
Oh,
that person that they chalk up for everything. They chalk up for the rower. Mm-hmm. And usually by the end of the workout, it looks like there's a crime scene that just happened. Mm-hmm. It's some combination of chalk and sweat formed into a sludge, and their outline is laid wherever they finished their last rep was. It's particularly coming from a gym that I train at now, where our owner is very particular about chalk and just in general, and just like creating a huge mess. Yeah. And having had to clean it up and having a gym myself, like when you see people just like LeBron Jamesing it every workout, it really irks me.
Yeah,
and
be
listen,
responsible with your chalk.
I like chalk, and I like using it. But a little goes a long way.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And if you're gonna use excessive, like you really got to chalk up. Go like keep your hands in the bag.
Oh yeah,
in the container. Just very simple.
Keep it in there. Yep.
Right. There's no reason to be LeBron James, like you said.
Some guys, they'll do that, and then I watch this one person chalk up and then go to wipe their brow immediately.
No.
And they look like the Uruk-hai storming the 2 towers in Lord of the Rings. It's like, what is going on? And then it's just caking off, and it's The mess.
That's
The mess.
Do you feel like the chalk monsters have gone away partially since, I don't know about you guys, but like since the pandemic, we don't have like communal big chalk buckets anymore. Like we all have like little individual bricks that we keep in our own like big Ziploc gallon bags.
Yeah.
I feel like the chalk monsters have like retreated back to the to the shadows a little bit.
Back a little bit. Yeah.
But do you remember in the beginning, because I know we're all OGs, in the very beginning of CrossFit, when you would take a piece of sidewalk chalk and you would like write your rounds and reps, or sometimes you'd rewrite the workout on the floor mat in front of you.
Yep.
Like all the time. I did that all the time.
All the time.
And now I'm like, when someone spills chalk and I know I have to wash the floors at the end of class, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Are you kidding me?
I completely forgot about sidewalk. That's like I was like blacked out of my mind because that used to be so socially acceptable. And now I guarantee you walk into most affiliates and try that. Like you're getting again back to the tar and feathering thing. You'd be tar and feathering for sure.
It's like when during the wall walk thruster event at the games when all those athletes are putting chalk on the floor and Chase Ingram goes, if anybody at CrossFit Big D tries this, I will murder you.
I have a particular set of skills.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I chalked up for this podcast.
Oh, hey.
I mean, chalk makes you stronger. So.
Yeah, I'm all in.
It does. All right, now it's to me. So I get to close out round 2 and kick off round 3. So I'm going to stick with the theme. I don't care. I'm going to go with the best feeling. And the best feeling at the gym is beating the rep cutter.
Yes.
Oh.
When you finally get, and whether it's in the open or whatever, and you know that dude is shaving reps that and you're doing it the right way and you still beat that person, that is the best feeling in the world, because you know at some point that person started to cut even more because he or she wanted to beat you.
Yep.
Couldn't do it. I did it legit. I beat you. Beating the
Sean's passion on this subject is giving me life right now. Yeah, I love this.
Well, that's the thing. I think one of the good things about the CrossFit community is people are generally honest.
Yeah.
We hold ourselves accountable, like if on a wall ball, if we didn't hit the target, a lot of us will do it again. It's a no rep. And when you see someone doing that, it's like, yeah, great. You get to put your name on the board and you get this fast time, but it's not in the spirit of what we're doing here.
Do you remember that year in the open? I think it was the open. The dude recorded the video of doing double unders and there was no actual rope.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was only a couple years ago.
And he edited in the sound of the rope.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the best.
So much effort. Just do the double unders.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
much.
Let's do the workout. So that my best feeling at the gym is going to be beating the rep cutter. So that brings me now to the first pick of round 3. And let's see what people have got here. I'm trying to keep track. I guess I need to take. Yeah. The gym dog is off the board. So that was,
still pouting about the gym dog.
My wife is listening offset. So, because her favorite people are on this podcast. So she wanted to
I'm going to hear about this for weeks, you guys.
Yeah. So
I really thought Sean's best feeling was going to be petting the gym dog. Like I thought he was going to try to sneak in there with that.
Of
course it's not. I would have called bullshit on that. Are you kidding me?
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be the rep cutter of this podcast. Okay. You know what? I'm going to give away with my favorite person at the gym.
Oh,
and I think this is pretty much in honor of one of our guests here, one John Wooley. I'm a big fan of whoever the comedian is.
Yeah.
I love the comedian.
Call.
I'll also call
that guy.
Person. I'll also call that person the smart ass.
Yep.
But you got to have the comic relief, and not everybody can pull it off. But when you have that one person in your class that has a good way of making everybody laugh, has a great way of breaking the tension, can do it with like a funny story or just, maybe a pratfall or something like that. It just makes your time that much more enjoyable.
Just cuts the tension.
It just cuts the tension. I had a really good guy who did that at the first gym I joined when I was living in Sacramento. A guy by the name of Travis. He was hilarious. He tells the hilarious, funny stories. He just had a really good way about him. And you knew, like, when he was in the class, all right, we're going to have some fun. Yeah. Travis is here. This is going to be good. So
that's always a good feeling.
I guess you call it class clown.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's going to be my best person, because I like to have a little, I like to laugh.
Yep.
And for people listening, if you decide you want to be said class clown, snatch jokes are forbidden now. Clean and jerk jokes. Those are all like 2013. You can't do that anymore.
No.
Yeah, you can't do that. Cannot do it.
That's a great PSA.
Yes.
Yes.
I like it. We're back to you, Tommy.
Oof, okay, so I have best person, I have worst person. I need best feeling, worst feeling, and a miscellaneous. So I'm going to erase one of them. I feel like this is still kind of, yeah. Oh. I am going to go with the best feeling for me. And it is going to be beating your friends in the open.
Ooh, and yeah, that's a good one for you.
Damn it, I had that on my list.
And it's, the open, because, as much as we like to say we're not competitive, every time the open kind of comes around, you start sizing up your friends here and there. And maybe it's just one person, or maybe it may not even be your friend. There might be someone in your class that maybe it's the rep shaver who also happens to be your buddy. Mm-hmm. But you're like, listen, chickens are coming home to roost, Bobby Boucher, and it's the open time. For me personally, when we were at HQ, the open had this buzz around the office. People are like, when you going to do it? Bishel's talking to Lucas, and they're trash talking.
Your crew, man. You guys were cutthroat.
Me, Marston, Heber, Julian, Glancy, Road hop in there from time to time. And we're just trash talking the whole time. We're timing. Julian lied to me about when he was when he was going into the office to do to do the workout, so I wouldn't be able to retest it. I caught him in the middle of a lie on a Sunday afternoon. Fun story. This is what we did. I think it was 13-3, which involved some box jumps, deadlifts, push presses, and Julian didn't want to tell me when. It might have been 13-2, but Julian, I beat him the first time around, and he goes, "I'm going to do it on Monday. I'll do it with you." I'll do it together. I'm like, okay. And he wasn't living in Santa Cruz at the time, but working for HQ, so he was down staying the weekend. And I'm like, "Hey man, what are you up to this weekend? What are you up today? You want to hang? Go to the beach?" He's like, "No, I think I'm just going to hang around the office and do some work." And I'm like, that's really weird to say on a Sunday. And I'm like, you know what? This guy's lying to me. So I drive up 15 minutes to the office, and sure enough, catch him mid warm up. He's got like the bar over his head. And he used to have this thing called Club Julian, where he would like put on really high energy dance music and just get down with his workout. And he looks at me, and it was like a kid getting caught with his hand in the candy jar. And I'm like, you know what? Hold that thought. I'm going to strap up and do it with you again.
Need some company? Yep. Whether you need it or not, you going to get it.
Oh yeah. It was awesome. That's what's great about the open. We get to compete a little bit. It's all in good fun. And then beating your friends at Monday at 5 p.m. after the scores are in and you've beaten your friends. Nothing better.
Yeah. That's a good one. Okay. So now we go to John.
All right. Mine is a story behind it. I'm doing best feeling.
Okay.
Ooh.
Getting your first muscle up.
Oh, that's a great one.
That is a great one.
You guys, this is one of my favorite John stories.
Oh,
okay.
I love this.
Complain. Like, you be quiet.
No. This is like, I love this.
So look,
I try not to tear up because I'm emotional about everything these days.
It's not going to make you tear. You might, but no one else on the planet will. Yeah. So I'd been doing CrossFit for 6-7 years, and I'd switched gyms, went out to Mentality, Scott's gym. Saxon was coaching there. Now at the time, Saxon would have been 23, maybe, and as only a 23-year-old can do when they program muscle ups. And he's like, "What are you doing, Wooley?" And I'm like, "I'm going to practice transitions." He's like, No, you're getting your first muscle up today. And I'm like, No, I'm in my late 40s. Not going to happen. He's like, "Come over here." So he shows me where to put my hands. He's like, "I'm going to boost you up," So he boosts me up, does that a couple of times. He's like, "All right, you got it. Let's go." Next one, boom, get it right in front of him. Now, Saxon, I want you to keep in mind, they get a photo of this. He's literally like doing the touchdown pose, like he'd just seen the greatest miracle since Jesus walked on water. It was unreal, just like that. And then I could do them on command. Then we get a photo of the whole thing.
Dang,
it was amazing, just like that. I tried for 7 years, couldn't get a one. Within 5 minutes of Saxon showing me my mistake, I was doing them. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
The light bulb went off.
Well, and so the beautiful part about mentality is Scott has this big bell. So when you get a PR, you have to go ring the bell, and there is no greater feeling. You get that first muscle up, and in front of the whole class, you go ring the bell, and the whole place cheers. It was great.
Yes.
That's an awesome.
That's great, man.
That's so good. I love it.
Sweet
Did you do the
feet kick?
I call it the first muscle up flutter.
No, I should actually send you the photo so you can see it, because the look on my face is like, oh my God, how did I get up here?
How do I get down now?
Yeah, right.
It's like, it's just me and Saxon in frame, and we both look like it's the greatest miracle ever. It was really like the greatest moment in CrossFit for me.
That's good stuff.
Oh, I'm trying to remember where.
Solid pick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I got the full first muscle up experience because I had to do them on low rings.
Yeah.
So like it felt different.
Yeah. I remember my first one. I've been trying and finally just lucked into one. I think I'm like, I was like so happy. So, okay. Niki, here's what we're going to do. You're going to make your third round pick.
Okay.
We'll take a quick break to do our Whoop podium, and then we'll get back to you to start the fourth round. So you get one pick break and then next pick.
Okay. I'm going to do best feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And my pick for best feeling is, I'm calling it the private message. But it's when someone at the gym reaches out to you, and this can happen if you're a coach or if you're a member. But someone at the gym reaches out to you privately. Like, they don't stop you in class to talk to you. They text you, or they find you and they slide into your DMs or something along those lines. But they find you and they reach out to you, and they tell you that you made a difference to them in some way. You ever get that person in the gym that's like, hey, like, you really, like, thanks for cheering me on today, or thanks for judging me in the open today, or like, hey, you really inspired me today. Like that, the work that's done in the dark, it's like, it's a little bit private, and it's a little bit like that feeling, especially as a coach, when someone reaches out to you privately and is like, hey, you made a difference for me today in one way, shape, or form. Like, that is truly enough to like make me tear up. So I'm calling it the private message. That's a good one. Greatest feeling.
Okay.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that's very good. That's
especially when it's unexpected. It kind of comes out of right. Like you just, you're at the gym, you help someone out, and then it comes out of left field.
And you know what? It goes to show that if you take 2 minutes out of your day just to say something positive to someone and thank them, what a difference that can make to somebody.
Truly. And you don't even know you're doing it. That's the thing. And then it makes you want to be better. This just happened to me like a week ago. I'm still not back to coaching from having the baby. So I'm just going to class like regular. And someone reached out to me and sent me a DM, and they were like, hey, your journey back is really inspiring me. And she's relatively new, and I'm doing everything scaled with her. And I was like, to me, that was like, I could cry thinking, thank you so much for noticing not only my hard work, but for coming here yourself. That's epic. And, we're on this journey together now, sharing a bar, doing things in the workout as partners. And I didn't even know that maybe, so you might even be having an impact on someone that you don't know, and that makes you want to be better. So it totally goes both ways.
Yeah. That's definitely one of those things. Like if you coach regularly at a gym, or there are times in affiliate life where things can feel like you can get into that grind of like, I'm coaching, I'm coaching pretty much every class. I'm running my affiliate, doing all these things around the clock. And you get into this like wheel. And then all of a sudden those moments are like a moment of like, stop, appreciate. And then that kind of like jazzes you up to like, keep pushing. It's the good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll take a quick break from the draft. We're going to get back for round 4, but we're going to now do our Whoop podium for the week. We have not decided what this is going to be, Tommy. So this is shooter's choice right here.
I think I know what we're going to do.
So this is our Whoop podium for the week of November 8th.
Sean, it was daylight savings time.
Oh, don't remind me.
So everyone should have got some extra sleep. So we're going to do our Whoop podium for the top 10 in terms of total hours of sleep coming into this Monday, November 8th. So who took advantage of that hour? So number 1, Stephanie Kristoff, 10:44. Number 2, Sirkin Baba, awesome name, 10:08. Number 3, Andrew Nedelka, 10:03. Number 4, Kelly Greer, 10 hours flat. Number 5, Terrell Roberts, 9:58. Are they hibernating? How are they getting this much sleep? Number 6, Lisa Zahn, 9:37. That's more my style, 9.5, I think. Number 7, Haley Zedek, 9:34. Number 8, Matt Sylvester, 9:25. Number 9, Emily Kramer, 9:24. And number 10, Emily Tucker Davis with 9:22. All north of 9 hours, Sean, for our top 10 of hours slept for this Monday in our Whoop group for Talking Elite Fitness.
Wow.
You guys are doing most hours slept on a podcast with someone who hasn't slept in 13 weeks. Are you kidding me?
I know the feeling. I'm used to it.
Oh my God. If I get 40 minutes of sleep at a time, it's like a record.
Niki, you can put all those people on your worst person at the gym list if you want.
Worst person at the gym, person who slept 10 hours and 22 minutes.
Exactly.
Nikki's going to be like that guy in Billy Madison with the lipstick and who has like the people to kill list.
Yep.
Called that guy.
Yeah. Okay. So that brings us now to Nikki's fourth pick. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do worst feeling.
Worst feeling. Okay.
Okay. The worst feeling in the gym is when your gym rival, and everyone's got one, you know who he or she is, when your gym rival beats you by 1 rep or 1 second in the workout. Like that is just like it's the person who, and you might not hate this, you might hate this person, I don't know, but you might not hate them. They might just be like the person that they're going to be, their performance is ish around where I need to be. I'm going to check their time to know because I'm going to want to beat it. I'm going to be close to it, whatever. And they beat you by 1 fucking like, God, there's no worse feeling. Like, you really, I couldn't have just like picked myself up and done 1 more goddamn burpee. What the fuck?
It's motivating.
That is the inverse of, because usually like beating my friends are also my gym rivals. When you beat them by 1,
oh, that's the best.
I'm like with Vin Diesel in the first Fast and the Furious. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
So I'll give a shout out to my buddy Marty, who I used to train with when I first CrossFit. He actually instituted a rule that you couldn't talk about your 2-second win for longer than 24 hours.
I like that.
Oh,
okay.
Because I would, if I ever want, like I rarely beat him, but if I did, I would brag about it for a full week. So finally, he's like, no, bro, you get 24 hours to brag, and then we're on to the next workout.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna set up like timed posts on the hour just to send to him that whole time.
All right, John, you're up next. Your 4th pick.
All right. I'm going to go to the miscellaneous category. Okay. I would like to say Nikki's pick of the knee sleeves blew up my choice of that guy that comes out of the bathroom with chalk on his hands. I hate that guy, but that's not the one I'm going with. For me, the miscellaneous pick is open gym, because open gym is always like a toddler who's unsupervised that has a toy box and like everything's out. You ever notice that these people come out and they like people program their own workouts? So like it must have a rower and a ski erg, and you got to use the assault bike and 2 barbells and dumbbells.
3
and
sets of dumbbells.
Oh my gosh.
And use this log press, and why not throw the yoke in there? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it drives me absolutely batty. I go in, I just want to do something. I just want to do some lifting, and there's just stuff everywhere. Like my ADD can't handle it. There's too much going on. So open gym.
Looks like an American Ninja Warrior set out.
Yeah. It's the worst.
Is good. That's a good one.
That is good.
All right. So now we're back to Tommy now.
All right. So I have worst feeling and miscellaneous. I'm going to do. I'm going to do the bigger picture one because I could have gone more specific. I'm going to go a little bit broader here.
Okay.
I'm going to do the post-workout hang. So that means
this is miscellaneous.
Yeah,
right?
It's miscellaneous. So you get done with your workout, you and your buddies kind of circle up, and then you can do a variety of things. You can still be at the gym. You can like grab a Fit Aid and smash together. On the weekends, it's the brunch club that you hang out after the Saturday workout. But just kind of circling the wagons after you finished up your workout. Sometimes it's, if we have the 4:30 post-workout hang. So like the 4:30 class in the evening times at West, we rotate who buys a Fit Aid round for the group. We stand outside and we just quietly judge everyone in the 5:30 class, and just, wager on who's going to try and beat one of our scores. So
yes,
that's the post-workout hang. Sometimes it's, and it can even be beneficial. Sometimes, you're like, hey, let's all practice some handstands or something like that. Few and far between, let's be honest. But, hanging out post-workout, like you got some good endorphins going too. I eat like just a rabid rhinoceros in the post-workout hang too. So if it's brunch club, I'm spending like $80 at brunch.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
Easily.
Wow.
Bottomless mimosas will get you there.
Oh my gosh.
I think the post-workout hang is like the saddest part of the last couple years. Like of all the things that we've been missing in the pandemic,
It's a good point.
Post-workout hang has been like, it took the brunt. Sucks. Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
All right.
I miss that. Especially if your gym has limited parking.
Yeah,
too.
that's true. You
And
got to get
like,
out of there.
you gotta like rotate.
Yeah.
We've actually gone to lengths of like rotating cars out so we can still hang, because
Good idea.
especially if you think you won the workout that day, I want to survey a little bit. And see if anyone,
I thought you were going to say you want to hang out and tell everyone about it.
So you can have the top score.
Yep. Just walking around all barrel chested.
Okay, so now it's to me for my final two. So I'm gonna end on a positive. So I'm gonna start with worst feeling, and I'm gonna call this DEFCON 1. And what I mean by that is that you're in the middle of the workout.
Oh no!
And things need to happen.
Oh yeah!
And you're like,
Been there.
Okay,
No.
I can't stop. Like I'm not gonna stop. So I'm gonna roll that dice and I'm gonna gamble. It's like, is everything gonna be okay, or are we gonna have a disaster here?
But why not stop though?
No,
Like,
Nikki.
You're trying to beat the rep cutter. You're trying to
because you have to beat the rep cutter.
You got to beat the rep cutter.
Yep.
You can't stop.
I have a real life experience with this in the open.
Oh no!
Oh, you can't
Yes.
stop in the open. I get that.
It was rowing and wall balls. It wasn't the row wall ball. It's the one the year after where you could kind of pick your own adventure. And it also had, muscle ups or pull ups or whatever in it. And I forget how long it was, but it was moderately long, like, pretty long workout. And I'm about 10 minutes into this thing and Mother Nature starts calling. And I mean, the big Mother Nature.
Yeah. DEFCON 1, man.
And I'm on the rower going, I think I'm going to shit my pants. I'm almost positive I'm going to. And so I had to make a choice. Are you going to, or just get the best score you can get? I got the best score I could get. I just like to throw that out there.
Damn
and
right.
I survived though. I somehow survived it.
Hey, Pat Vellner almost crapped his pants at the games this year. I mean,
Yeah.
he talked about it in that run clean and jerk. He took a chance, decided,
I mean, like,
And wearing white shorts. He was wearing white shorts.
Yeah, and if it hits you when you're like out on the run.
Oh,
what are you doing there?
You guys, do you remember the ruck run when Lucas Hogberg won?
Yeah.
So all the men came in and all the women came, like everyone went in at the same time. So he came in like way ahead of everyone before the event was done. So we did his post-event interview, recorded it, and let him go because we had to wait for everyone else to come back. So we didn't like do it traditionally after that event wrapped up. And I asked him, I was like, I know you're a fast runner. I've seen you win these events before, but like what in God's name just happened? You like blew this up. And he looked at me and he was like, well, I really had to take a shit.
Speaking of blowing it up.
And I was like, oh my God, we did not air the clip.
Yes.
It would have like absolutely broken the internet that day. But I was like, that's an excellent response, sir.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a motivating factor. If you're on that 400 and you hit DEFCON 1, you're going to set a PR getting back in there, especially if it's on the last loop. Like, just note my time and go right into the, that's it. Okay.
I had a buddy who every time if he would have to do 5 thrusters at whatever the prescribed weight was before the workout started. Because the minute, like, it didn't matter if it was a light one, the minute he got to the prescribed weight and he like mentally flipped the switch, we would like, all right, do your 5. And then he would go run and like have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It was like instant. It was like the first sip of coffee.
Those are anxiety poops.
I know.
Oh God.
Every gym has one of those guys.
Yep.
Especially at 5. If you go to the 5 a.m. class, there's always one guy that blows up the bathroom.
Oh,
Always one. Always.
seasons it for the rest of the day.
Fixing to fill it up. Okay. So my last one is, and I'm going positive. I'm going personal. And it's not because she's here.
Oh God.
I'm going to go with meeting your wife at the gym.
Oh.
That's my miscellaneous one.
Humbug.
I met my wife at my affiliate. And there's some funny stories involved in that.
Oh, really, Sean? Why don't you tell us?
Pardon?
I think I've told this on the podcast before, right?
I don't think you have.
Okay.
No, I haven't heard this.
This is part of my penance, okay? Because I feel like I'm the ancient mariner and Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Like I have to tell this story because it's how stupid I am. And so I have to tell the world, right? So here it is for the world on this podcast, okay? I knew my wife at the gym. We were friends. I thought we were friends. Okay. I had no clue. No clue. Like I had no clue there was like a mutual interest there. Whatever. Okay. So this is during the holiday time. And this is again, when we were sort of having those post-workout hangs, like just friends. We had a good group of people. And, every now and then we would, do stuff afterwards and whatever. So, she finally gets the guts. And I had no idea I was being asked out. None. I thought this was just a normal, like, hey, we're going to go grab some drinks. Somebody want to go? So she asks me if I want to go get a beer or something after the workout. And without skipping a beat, I go, oh, I can't tonight. I'm going to my mom's to help her make some Christmas cookies. And I have never lived that down to this day. And I have to tell everybody that story. So now everybody's heard that story. And my mom, when she heard that, she said, what are you doing, you dumb, and had an expletive in there. And I was like, yeah, that was not the brightest moment of my life. So thank goodness everything worked out. But after that moment, she didn't think I was interested. And then I started thinking I made a terrible mistake. Luckily got a second chance. Things worked out. So yeah, that's the best feeling for me in CrossFit was.
So Sean, do you know there's a mutual interest now?
Yeah, I'm still not sure if there's a mutual interest. I don't think there is.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
I think now that we have a kid, she's like, all right, fine, I'll stay with this loser. But it's hilarious. Totally outkicked my coverage, made my life a lot better. So that's my miscellaneous.
Yep.
See, she just had to be a little bit more direct. Like when I met my husband and I asked him out, I was like, here's my number. You should ask me out on a date.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we need.
There you go.
Because we're dumb.
Yeah. I mean, clearly.
Yeah. We need, direct information.
Right.
Every time you say we're dumb, I feel like you're lumping me into this category, Sean. And I'm not saying you're wrong.
Come on, you're a man.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong.
You're stupid too. You're a dude.
A bunch of space cadets up in here. I mean,
we're clueless with that stuff.
I met my future wife at CrossFit too. She came into my gym and trained there for a summer. To be fair though, she called her shot like the week that we met.
There you go.
She got into a car with all of her cousins, and she was and all of her cousins like, oh, what do you like? How's it going? She's like, oh, I started CrossFit, met this guy, gonna marry him. He doesn't know it yet. She Babe Ruthed it the very first week.
See? Direct women. We know what's up.
So ladies, be direct. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
It'll pay off for you. Okay. We are back to Tommy now after my stupid story of embarrassing myself for everyone. Dude, I know. Right. That's
sorry. I got to go
hang out with my mom.
Yeah.
I gotta go make ginger snaps with Mimi.
Sorry. I'm quilting today. Then we're going to go antiquing and then,
nice.
Those are probably 2 things my mom would do and that would help her with. So, all right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Let's see. The only thing I have left is the worst feeling.
Oh.
Everyone else has their worst feeling, so I'm going to talk through these options here.
Okay.
So I can't really take because I feel like John's already got it. I had the assault bike miscalculation to where you put your head down, you're like, I'm going to go for it here.
Oh.
And then you look up and you see that you're like halfway.
Mm-hmm.
And like you didn't, the number in your head of calories that you had is nowhere near.
That's the worst.
I hate that one. There's also the time miscalculation. So when like it's a long AMRAP and you like just kind of put your head down, you're like, oh, I got to be at least halfway. And you look up and it says like 4 minutes in.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I hate that one too. But I think I'm going to go more specific overall. I almost picked just 14.5 as a workout because I hate that one.
Yeah. Agreed times 1,000.
There's a photo of me floating around somewhere in that USA wrestling singlet doing that workout, and I was in so much pain.
Which one was that again?
The thrusters and burpees, the 21 down to 3.
Yep, I cried.
disgusting.
cried during that workout. And that has only happened to me literally twice in my life. Cry during a workout where like I was like heaving, like mascara running down my face. And the girl judging me was like, you guys, someone help. He's like not okay.
Oh, it was so bad. And I realized that the leg holes for my singlet were a little bit too tight and they were contracting, like sucking all the blood out of my quads. And I couldn't do anything about it because what am I going to do? Take it off and just floating in the wind there. But
don't want to get that thing caught on the bar.
So, but I'm going to go. My worst feeling is a very specific element of a specific workout, and it's the second mile of Murph.
Yeah.
So the back mile of Murph.
Wow.
Amen.
To me, this is, and it's partially because there's so much emotion behind that workout for so many people. And it's one of those ones where you feel so bad about dogging it on that one. You're like, I have to give an elevated effort here because it stands for something bigger than me. So you push it harder. And after that second mile, you've done all the air squats. Usually if you do it unpartitioned, the first like 20 steps of that, it's like you're learning to walk for the first time again.
Like a baby deer.
Oh man.
So bad.
And you got to push it all the way through to the finish. So you're in this just awful state. It is the only portion of a workout that almost killed me. So the final workout that I was at the location of our affiliate that we opened at was Murph. It was around Memorial Day. And then I moved to headquarters full time. Second mile of Murph, I'm running and I'm really close to setting a PR. And I'm like coming in and out of like the speed wobble blackout. And the road that we turned off of was a major access road for 18 wheelers that were dropping off and picking up produce shipments because we were in the produce district of my hometown. That's where that type of building was. Yeah. I'm running and I'm like pushing. I hear my buddy coming up behind me, starting to catch me. And I overextended just a little bit. And I took one wrong step and slipped and fell off of the curb and out into the street. And I'm on my back, like skidding. And I hear this. I hear the 18 wheeler coming. I'm like, oh my God. I stand up and it's like, I'm looking, I don't know. It was like a scene out of Transformers. I'm watching Optimus in his truck form coming at me. And I literally just dove out of the way and into these juniper bushes. And just got scratched all up and down. My buddy is like dying laughing because he almost saw me die, but now I'm just like rolled up in this bush. And I'm like, I'm too tired to get up. So I asked him to help me out. He pulls me out by my vest strap. And I basically like saunter in, missing a PR by like 30 seconds, just looking. I've got so many cuts all over my body. And I felt awful. It was probably one of the worst I've ever
missed
felt.
a PR, but gained a great story.
I did. It almost killed me. I was almost,
wow.
I was almost, served at the Roadkill Cafe.
Sheesh.
Oof.
Well, I'm glad you're here today, Tom.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously. By the skin of your
Mm-hmm.
Second mile of Murph.
Dang.
So I always think about that every time when we did it here last year. I ran out for the mile here out of your garage, and I was thinking like, all right, watch for cars. This is never.
Yeah. All right, John. Fifth and final pick for you.
All right, I have to do best person at the gym. I feel like I should say the best person are all three of you guys because somehow we got through worst person at the gym, and all three of you guys were part of the media team that got laid off by Glassman, and none of you named him. So, but I'm not going with you guys. Sorry.
I
should.
Okay, fair.
I should. I have a better one though, only because I was kind of trained this way early on coming up through CrossFit. The best person in the gym is the one who wins that workout, but waits until every single person is done to clean up their gear.
Yeah.
Oh, I had that guy too.
Yeah.
Or woman. Yes. Person. Yeah.
I love that. I love that person because there's nothing worse when you're last and somebody else has already put their stuff away and they're putting their shoes away and they're in their, like they're headed to their car. Like it just feels like disrespect for me. I like for everyone to wait until the group is done every time.
And if you say if you're having a bad day and you just get wrecked and you're just like sitting there questioning your life, having that person come in like, hey, let me grab like,
Yeah, I got you.
you know,
barbell,
your
man.
dumbbells or something like that.
Yes.
That little help
Yes.
can be the boost that gets you through.
Yep.
That's for
Mhm.
sure.
Wow, that was a good one.
That is a good one.
All right, Nikki,
Uh,
you get to close us out here.
Okay, so I think the last thing I have is best person at the gym too, right?
Correct. We're ending, everyone's ending on a positive, except for Tommy, who fell into a juniper bush.
Right. Except for Tommy, who almost got run over by an 18-wheeler.
Which I guess is still positive because you lived.
yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
I think we've been overall positive on this
Yeah,
podcast.
I would
Where we
agree.
could
I
have
think
really
so.
shit on people, guys. I'm proud of us. Okay, for me, the best person at the gym is the person who is having their very first CrossFit class ever.
Oh, I like that
Yeah.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah, they are brave. They have walked into the gym for the very first time. They're on the beginning of their journey trying to make a difference in their lives. That's fucking scary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we have all been there, but I think for us, what was kind of beautiful and kind of made us get off easy, if you will, is when we all started CrossFit. CrossFit was brand new. It didn't really have this like vibe or aura around it that was a little bit intimidating. You know, people hadn't been watching these cyborg athletes at the CrossFit Games and being like, oh, I could never do that. It was just like the new fitness thing that came up on your block and you should give it a try and let's see how it goes. So like we never really had that super intimidating, oh my God, I could never go to CrossFit and have my first class ever. So to
I
me,
just thought
when I see that
everybody was
person walk in the
super
gym-
fit.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, my
but-
first class was Scott Panchek and Julie Fouché, and I'm like, oh, this is normal. Okay, this is normal. This is just the way it is. Everyone's like this.
Dang.
I'll be like this someday. You know,
You know what? A dozen years later, and we're still just the same.
Yeah, exactly.
know,
I
I
just like it
know.
doesn't get any easier. You just get to do more stuff.
Yep.
yeah. I look back and I'm like, how have I been doing this for so long and not have abs? Like what?
I've got one. It's singular, and it's
Hey,
all
look at the one.
you
I
got
got the top, or it might
you're-
be a rib. I'm not sure. I push
You're a
deep.
boss. You're a nos. You're just a boss, Nikki Brazier, walking around the CrossFit Games, all pregnant
Yeah.
and just being a badass.
You know, being pregnant was the literal only time I ever worked out without a shirt on. It was awesome. I was like, I'll give up.
Yep.
Like zero qualms about my body. This is epic. This is what all you people with abs feel like all the time. Wow. Amazing. But so all that to say, the really musters up the energy and comes in these days. Like when I see someone who I'm like, oh shit, today's your first class. Like that is the best person
Yeah.
in your affiliate that
I
day.
like that.
For real.
I love saying hi to those people. I
Me
like
too.
going and introducing them. Like being, like you said, it's so scary and intimidating
Mhm.
for people that like being the person that says hi and like
Yeah.
welcomes them. And
Maybe you're the reason that person comes back. You know?
I know. I almost said CrossFit Mayor because every gym has got that person.
I had that person on too. The person who's always like the first to go up and say hello. And
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my dad, by the way.
yeah.
Oh, is it
Your dad's
Roy?
crushing it,
Oh,
by the
Roy
way.
is the mayor of CrossFit 2.0.
Oh, at our gym, that's my husband. That's Matt.
Yeah. I can see that.
Matt is the official mayor of
What,
CrossFit.
what I
Mayors.
like to do with the new people is I wait till they're near death after their first workout, and I walk over and I poke them on the ground, and I lean in real close. I'm like, "Hey, you don't know it yet, but I'm a really big deal," and then I just leave.
You want to come back and hang out with me sometime.
Yes, someday.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Wait, can I tell you that one of the new people at our gym the other day, I can't remember what exactly she was watching, but she walked over to me and she was like, I'm new here and I'm still learning about this stuff. And I was watching some clips of the CrossFit Games. This girl looks just like you. So weird. And I was like, oh,
You're like, I hate that bitch.
I know. She's horrible. What a hack.
sucks.
oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. This is when we always kind of do like honorable mention. We've kind of
Yeah.
started doing that anyway.
Mhm.
Okay,
Um,
good.
Stuff like random stuff that we didn't include. I had for like worst feeling, I had being the demo person.
Oh,
When you're like,
Wait,
Sean is
you
going
like
to
that?
demo this movement for me. I'm like, oh, I don't want to demo this movement. I suck at this movement. I don't want everybody to be looking at me. Like that's
Aw.
I don't like being the demo person. Not fun.
Oh, I
That's a vote-
love
that's a
being
vote
a
of
demo
confidence in our
person.
gym.
Yeah, I
It's-
know, but for me, I'm like, oh no, I really got to bury the squat now. So
oh, that's funny. I'm trying to think. I had for, let's see, the best person. I call him the big fella. So the guy that you know who's like great lifter, maybe kind of skips the Metcon some time to time, but if you ever want a buddy just to like, go slang some weight in during open gym or, in the lifting room off to the side, like he's your guy. Like, hey, let's just go throw some heavy weight around. I call him DJ PR, the person that just always has the right music queued up that, like, hey, go take over the aux cord.
You're fixing it.
Let's see. Best feelings, threading a heavy snatch. Like,
that's a good one.
It's like the Venn diagram of all the stars aligning, and somehow you just thread a heavy snatch. Like, oh, that's just supposed to feel like, and then it's gone forever.
And it's gone.
Right.
What'd you guys have?
Let's see. So worst person at the gym. I had that guy that takes his shirt off during the warm up. I hate that. I swear to God, you like walk in the door. They didn't even wear a shirt in. They bring shirts with them, but they don't wear them at all. Yeah. Like I hate that guy.
I had the guy who's like every workout is like a games workout for him. You're way too serious about stuff.
Needs to chill guy.
That's that person. Yep. That's it.
Well, I also had under worst feeling when you're late for the gym. And the latte you stop for on the way gets cold. That's the worst.
Sorry, I'm late. Walking in with a thing. Well, I wonder why.
Oh, that's fantastic. Go ahead.
For worst person at the gym, I had the person that like the coach tells them to take weight off the bar, but they don't.
Oh, the egomaniac.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Totally. Yeah. Yep. And then as the coach, I have to like do it for them. Like, oh, okay. Well, while you're out on your next 400, shocker, your bar is going to be 35 pounds lighter when you get back. Weird.
Yeah. We don't want you to hurt yourself.
However, under best feeling, you could have when coach tells you to do tech work and you still hit a PR. That's the best feeling.
That's right. Look who knows his body better.
I had the best miscellaneous one that I'm sad. I had to throw Gym Dog in there to just piss Sean off. But my other miscellaneous pick for affiliate VIP was going to be floor cleaner. The Zamboni.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. If you didn't have it before in the gym upgrades, you're like, oh, I just got a lot of time back to my life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The
good one.
Only other place in the entire world other than the ice rink where a Zamboni can be king is a CrossFit affiliate. For
miscellaneous, I had judging the rep shaver in the open.
Oh, that's a good
basically
one.
You are. It's the meme from the first episode of Game of Thrones when he's like, if you're gonna make the judgment, you better swing the blade. And I'm like, here comes your blade, buddy, as I pull out the clipboard.
We're gonna go over standards really fast.
Yep. That might be best feeling, Tommy. That
is a good one.
Yeah, for sure. I had PRing a deadlift as a good best feeling just because it's just so raw.
I had any PR in general.
Yeah, usually it's the heaviest PR you're gonna hit. I actually had for best feeling is post Thanksgiving WOD because you're just gonna go like, time to go do some damage.
Witness me.
Well, and like how much weight you can put on and like because you've done that, Tommy.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
How much weight can you actually put on in like a day or a week?
Oh man, and it's what was it? I was a 20 something. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was after her. It was after her.
Out. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I did my final weight tally before or after I had my third DQ blizzard at the end. Other good best feeling is the newbie gains. When you first start out.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You're learning everything.
Kip and pull up. Got that. Can do this.
Everything's basically a
Learn
PR.
how to snatch. Yep.
Okay, but then the worst feeling has to be first month of CrossFit soreness.
Oh,
you can't even sit back on the goddamn toilet.
Yep. First
you need
month.
to brace yourself to get back.
Mm-hmm. That's me at 50.
Yeah. That's me in the morning.
Here's the worst feeling. My youngest daughter taught me this. I was taking her to CrossFit for a while. When you finish laugh and you get what she calls the pity clap. When everyone's good job, Meg. Good job.
I like to suffer by myself. Just go away. I just want to finish. I don't need all this.
Yes. Let me die in silence. Yep. I don't need your pity.
I won't clap. I'll just give them a fist bump after they're done.
Yep. Good job, man. That's good. That's all you need.
We all know that hurt.
Yeah. All right. You want to recap our draft here, Tommy?
Yeah. In order. Yes. In order. Sean has the rep cutter, beating the rep cutter, class clown, DEFCON 1 mid workout, and meeting your wife at the gym. I have person that brings the coach coffee, the chalk monster, beating your friends in the open, the post-workout hang, and the second mile of Murph. John has the unsolicited coach, assault bike day, first muscle up, open gym, and the person that sticks around to help with cleanup. Niki has the gym dog, stinky sleeves person, the private message when your gym rival beats you by 1 rep or 1 second, and then the first classic CrossFit person.
Those are solid picks. That's going to be a tough one. So
it's actually very close.
Yeah, we'll let people vote. They will vote on the Instagram post that will go up this week for this episode. So if you're listening or watching and you want to vote, you got to go to the Talking Elite Fitness Instagram account. We'll have a post up there that has all of our picks, and you got to write in who you think had the best one. So we are on this show is on a 1-game win streak. We usually do not win these things, but we're riding a little momentum here. But I think
we're on a 4-match losing streak to our guests.
It was bad. I think that might
And then
we'll see.
We got one back.
We got one back. We got one back.
Spoilers much. I haven't finished the episode with Matt and Sammy. Now you just ruined it.
You gotta catch up.
Didn't say who won.
Okay.
Yeah, he caught it. All right. That'll do it for this episode. John, Niki, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. If people want to learn more about your podcast and what you guys have going on, where can they find it?
Well, Kettlebells and Cocktails. You can find it anywhere you can find podcasts. It's on every channel possible, and YouTube usually. Not always. Depends on how much I have to edit.
It depends on how much I cuss.
That's
is
where
what
you'll
he's
find
trying
us.
to say.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, definitely check that out. And you guys all know, follow John, Make Wealth Great Again if you haven't already. I think all of our listeners do. And follow Niki. What's your
Reporter
Instagram
Nicole,
handle?
right?
Reporter
I'm
Nicole.
Reporter Nicole.
All right. Check out Reporter Nicole and listen to Kettlebells and Cocktails. It is time well spent. Go vote for us. That's going to do it for the show. For Tommy Marquez, I'm Sean Woodland. Take care of each other. Be better. I got to go make some Christmas cookies. Talk to you next time.